All right. So last week, let's do a little breakdown of last week. We had one loss with this Euro CAD here. We had the left head, right shoulder potential, which is still playing out here on the daily. Let's just go to the 4 hour why we took it. We took it on the left head, right shoulder break and retest on the 4 hour last week on Thursday night. And as you can see, it just proceeded to push, 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 and then stop us out. So that was last week's loss at the end of the week. Otherwise, we had GCAD. We took a huge W here, and we took a slight profit on this one. It did go back to our stop loss, but that's okay. We were out before that happened. Let's go to our 1 hour. No other trades in that. GN. We did take a very nice sell off here. It did come close into our stop loss, but then tagged our take profit. And then USD CAD as well. We took a massive sell here. All right. So let's start this week fresh. Let's get after it. And let's restart our charts. So, what does that mean? All I do is I just bring all my stuff all the way to the no action. I take my duds, I put it all at the bottom. And now we have a fresh chart. Now let's just start from the top. Euro CAD. What are we looking at for this week? Like I said, I still think the sells are here. On the weekly, we are say higher high, higher high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So here is your weekly is bearish from here, lower high, lower low. And it does look like we have a left head, right shoulder potential. We could see the push up into this weekly zone here. As you can see, there is some sort of zone here. Let's see, can we stretch this back a little bit without making it too big? Yeah, see that. So we're gonna turn that blue. Mr. M, I haven't seen you before, so I'm gonna break it down for you. My blue bars are weekly areas of interest. You're gonna see a purple bar, which is a daily area of interest, and you're gonna see a yellow bar, which is a 4 hour area of interest. So we can clearly get rid of this one. We don't need that no more. And this is around psychological level right here. So we could see if we do have the break, depending on how the market shifts on the lower time frame, we could see just judging off the weekly, we could see this and then wait 2 weeks before we see the sell. So that is potential, right? Just basing off the weekly. Okay, let's go down to our daily. Our daily is higher high, higher low, right? Wow, look at that. Did we have the shift to structure? So this is still, let's even, if you don't like that, let's start from back here. Higher high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Now we had the daily shift to structure, higher high, higher low. So on the daily time frame, we did not have the clear break. As you can see here, it is the same. Actually, you know what? It might be just a hair lower, but we don't want to get that technical. We're gonna call this bullish. So the daily is bullish, and what does it need to go bearish? It needs to close below this. And technically, it did look like it did break just a little bit below. So I'm actually gonna call this bearish. Scratch that. I'm not gonna call it bullish. I'm gonna call it bearish. So we have the weekly and the daily both bearish. Now looking at this time frame, we see the left head right. Remember how we tried to sell it last week on the 4 hour head and shoulders, coming into the right shoulder on the daily, and then on the weekly is this huge formation. So that's the left head, right? Remember on the weekly you saw the head and shoulders. So here's your left, and here's your head, and here's the right shoulder creation on the weekly, and that's where we could see if this pushes and breaks above, we could see that come up into this area of interest before it decides to come down. So weekly, daily are bearish on the right head and shoulder, on the weekly, and the right shoulder on the daily. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now let's go to our 4 hour. Make sure. right? 4 hour, what do we see? Well, 4 hour is bullish. How so? Higher high, higher low. Well, let's go lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, no shift. Oh, we have the shift, higher high. Higher high is here. And then let's say lower high is here. Why? Because one, two, three, four consecutive touches. So higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now shift to structure, higher high, and a higher low. Okay, that's interesting as well. We took that. I remember we took the sell on the left head, right shoulder. Now we have the shift to structure, indicating our lower time frames are bullish. So 4 hour is bullish. So we're still looking for the sells, but we have to wait for the setup. So what do we need? We need a shift to structure below this point here. Type it in 4 hour lower low. Create. So, or what we could see, as I can tell, the 4 hour EMA is here. We could see the potential where this could be the inverted head and shoulders where it breaks, and here is a double bottom, and it retests, and then we could see this potentially push up, right? See a quick little come in here, do one of these, and we could see this push up into this next area of interest potentially before it sets us up for the mega sell. The mega sell where it creates a new lower low on the weekly, and the mega sell where we chase and we hold and we sit there until we get a big old sell off. So under our 4 hour again, I do like the possibilities of this. Let's go to our 1 hour, see what the 1 hour looks like. Enter has been real slow. So on the 1 hour, we can still see the double bottom right here, or you can see a left head, right shoulder, but I like the double bottom. We already had that beautiful spike that got us out on Friday. And you see, we got in, we came into profit. Market, this is London open, hit us, and then New York open pushed us out. As you can see, we are still bullish. We could see if we want to buy into this trade, what would we look for a retest wise? Well, we already had a nice solid rejection. We could see an alarm there, come in, and we could look for our final entry on the 30-minute. And see, we have a bullish. This is Friday though. I would like this to see this tap into this zone, but we already have like the consolidation. So at this point, I want to see the sells. I'm not going to chase this longs, but if it does break out, that's what's going to happen is we're going to chase this area of interest here before we do see the sell off. So we are going to put this in waiting for entry. Does that make sense? I know that one is pretty aggressively broken down. Hopefully they're not all, I mean, hopefully they're all pretty nice like that. Next one is GPP CAD. Okay, the left head, right shoulder on the weekly. You can see there is a lot of strong weekly resistance in this zone. So it's almost best that we just kind of stay out of it at that point. Daily, what do we see? We see a huge rejection again at this strong daily area of interest. Let's get rid of these smaller lines here. What do we see again at this area? We see a left head, right shoulder break. Here's the retest. This could be a potential entry point around here for a sell off to continue selling off, or it could come into here and retest again and bounce like that. Leave that there, 4 hours. So what do we say? The weekly was bearish. Weekly's bearish. 4 hour is bearish. And for our daily is bearish. I mean, 4 hour is bullish. We had an inverted head and shoulders, weekly push, and now we are bullish. So before we even consider looking for the sells, we do need a 4 hour shift, a 4 hour break below our area of interest, and break below our EMA. Where is our 1 hour EMA at? Yes, we have a head and shoulders formation pattern incoming. And if we can get a solid break below these areas of interest and EMAs, this could be a beautiful potential sell off. If you want to see the break, the retest to then sell. Next one is GBP and ZD. On GN, what do we see here? We see a bullish weekly. Got a bunch of lines here. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Daily. Geez, it's really slow today. There we go. Daily. Daily double top. The daily is bullish. I don't know. I'm not personally liking this already, just looking at it like this. So we had what? Weekly bullish, daily bullish. Daily is bullish. Daily's bullish. 4 hour is bearish. Oh, yeah, I'm not interested in this trade. Why? Just not the cleanest, and the move would be, it's just not that pretty. And I'm not willing to gamble on not pretty. You can only gamble on the pretty ones, you know what I mean? And this one's not pretty. No dice are being rolled. There is a 4 hour, very nice 4 hour support zone right here. Turn that yellow. I mean, this could, but you already see that huge 4 hour wick. Like it, you know what I mean? Yeah. GN, welcome to the duds. All right, next one is USD CAD. Get some, what are some of these lines? All right, weekly is bearish. Daily is bearish. I'm not interested in this trade. 4 hour is bearish. We could see the potential pullback for another sell entry and chase it and then continue to chase it down. I wouldn't chase it all the way down. I would chase it to here. A little bit farther down. Could see a nice solid rejection off this zone here. Obviously, there's something here that's rejected it before. So we could see the pullback, tap into the head and shoulders to then see the official sell off. I'm going to put this in my watching tab. USD CHF. All right. What do we see? Weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish. Let's get rid of some mislines. Last head, right shoulder. Daily's bearish. Weekly's bullish. Daily's bearish. 4 hours gotta be bearish. Oh. Let's look at this weekly area of interest. That's still very strong? Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want nothing. Wait, nothing. Nothing. Daily. Let's go back to our daily. Yeah, I don't like this one. AUD USD. Weekly is bearish. Daily is bullish. Okay, this is looking pretty. We do got some commotion back here. We had a nice buy prior right there. We could see the retest into that daily area of interest. Kinda. Not eh. 4 hour is bullish. We have a double bottom, potentially left head, right shoulder inverted. Could see this come back and retest. But then if it did come back and retest and close, we could see a shift of structure on the 4 hour, which we don't want. Where would we even chase this trade? We would not. This trade is no good. Why is it no good? Well, because it already, you can see if we got in down here, we would have taken profit here. As you can see, it has already hit that, and now it's going to pull back and consolidate before it does the next move. What it could do is it literally could just come in 1 day, 2 day, you know what I mean? And it could do that. It really, really, really could. Um, it could have a nice solid rejection off this market structure right here that you see on the 4 hour. It could, and it literally could just freaking you get in here, stop loss down here, right? And you could ride this sucker all the way up. I'm not gonna gamble on that one. Um, there's also all this strong resistance right where it's at. As you can see, like look at this. See here, the price actions here. Huge wick, huge wick, huge wick, price action, break, huge wick, huge wick. I don't know what you could expect here. It's at a very strong daily support zone or resistance zone where it's gonna resist it. So for me, this is not something I want to gamble around with. Next one is GBP USD. Start on our weekly again. Let's clean our charts up. This is kind of looking good. Inverted head and shoulders. This one here. Get rid of this one there. Whatever that one. And that line. So we got weekly. Does look like we had a shift of structure there on the weekly. So our weekly is now bullish. All right. Daily is huge bullish. Wow, look at that. Like double bottom. Okay. Okay. 4 hour. Okay. This is nice. So what am I thinking? I don't like that there's no structure on the 4 hour, but looking at the daily, this is a very nice zone. And just like, what was it, AUD, USD, right? We talked about the dump and then the push. But this one seems to make a little bit more sense than this one. I mean, yes, they look almost identical, right? But look how tighter, more structure, less lollygagging. Like, yes, the move happened down here. This was where the move is. This was the push. Here was the break. Here was the retest of the inverted head and shoulders, and that was the move right here. If we would have held this to up to here, that was the move. Now, what do you see here? You see a huge dip, some consolidation. Here's a pullback, and now you see some structure, right? And then here is the push. And there's the pullback. Let's go back here. Here's some structure. Here's the push. Here's the pullback. Here's the trade. Go back here. Here's some structure. Double bottom. Here's the push. Here's the pullback. Here's the trade. Okay. So let's go to the 4 hour. What do we see on the 4 hour? Yeah, kind of nothing pretty. Other than the fact that the 4 hour is going to go bearish. Okay. Well, what happened here? 4 hour went bearish. We pulled it. Here's the pullback. We took the trade. This was a news candle, by the way. That's a huge news candle. That's why we took it. So 4 hour went bearish and we took buys. To go back to GU. 4 hour is going to have to go bearish. It's going to have to retest, consolidate, shift to structure on the 1 hour. right? We're gonna see the 1 hour EMA gonna go like this. As soon as that thing starts to flip, we'll go like this. We'll go to the lowest point, wherever the next lowest point is. Say if we got in the price action is right here. The next lowest point would be right here at this market structure right here. See this? And then we just go doop. And then where we either take it to the next high, or if you're feeling spontaneous, we take it to the higher high weekly area of interest. My bet, I wouldn't take it that long. I wouldn't take it that long. I would probably be looking to get out, probably about here or about here, which is still a massive, massive return. So what are we waiting for? We're just waiting for the pullback. Set an alarm, sit back, and wait for the magic to happen. Get rid of some of the drawings here, though. Make sure this looks appealing one more time. Needs to be so aggressive. There we go. Next one is NZD USD. Already looking at the 4 hour, you can tell this trade's not important to us, right? Nope. Weekly is bearish. This kind of looks just like GU and AUD USD, right? It does. It does. It does indeed. But I don't, the 4 hour, the area of interest is not here. There was a huge candlestick wick. There's no structure in this zone other than like this, and area of interest would be too big, hard to pinpoint an actual entry. 4 hour, huge candlestick push already. Would have to see some massive pullback into this zone. And it did create an elbow here, unless this switches right now, but there is an elbow here. Higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So as of now, I am not interested in this trade just because it's not as pretty as GU. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but you can see just a little bit of difference in between. This is GU. See the nice structure, beautiful zone. Here's NZD USD. The zone is a lot lower. There's no structure up here where we would want to see the area of interest, which would be up in this area. So this trade is no good. Does that make sense? You guys see what I was saying there, where one is cleaner than the other, and you don't want to gamble with the ones that are not clean. Next one is Euro NZD. All right, what do we see? Weekly is bullish. Higher high, higher high, higher low. Daily is higher high, higher low, shift to structure, bearish, lower high, lower low, shift to structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, shift to structure, higher high, higher low. So daily is bullish. Daily is bullish. 4 hour is bearish. 4 hour is bearish. Okay, these are the ones. It's in a good zone. Areas of interest are in the right area. EMAs are in the right area. But there's no structure. How do you base this trade off? Well, these are good trades, but not good trades. Here is the left head, right shoulder. Here's the neckline retest. That's why we took the sell here for a quick 1 to 1.5, right? And we could have obviously held it down to whatever, but we got out at the 1 hour EMA. And here is the continuation. These are one of those trades like, dang, I wish I would have held, or dang, that's a good setup, but there is no potential entry. Now, as you can see on the 4 hour, we are right smack dab in an area of interest for the 4 hour. Like there is no reason to think about getting in the sell. All I can see is the potential pullback, which you can already see already happened to the 1 hour to then continuation sell. But where would my stop loss be? There is no such thing as a stop loss on this one because there's no structure. Unless you got in on the lower time frame, there is a potential left head, right shoulder coming. We would have to see the pullback, the break, the pullback to then sell. And then how would you get in? You'd get in something like this and then chase it down to the next area of interest. But for me, I don't really want to gamble around with this one. I will set an alarm on it for, let's say, shits and giggles, but I don't think I will be dabbling with this one very much. I will throw it on my watching list. Next one is Euro GBP. So last week we had buys marked up, and currently we are weekly is bullish, daily is bearish. Daily is bearish, but we're at a very strong area of interest. 4 hour is bearish. Like I said, we're at an all-time low as of now. We never took that trade. I think actually that might have been the trade one the Alex sent out. So we never got we don't really look at those trades. Like I said, we have our own analysis, but every once in a while, it's good to see what other people are thinking. As of now, I am not interested in this trade other than the potential sales opportunity that it is giving here on the left head, right shoulder areas of interest. But to me, this is not a pair that I want to mess with. Not a pair that I want to mess with. Where is the 1 hour? And this one could go either way, but I don't want to mess with how strong this daily area of interest is. On the day on the 4 hour, we have a left head, right shoulder potential. And on the daily, we have a left, well, not head and shoulders, but inverted head and shoulders. You can see it's not very clear. Makes to the left, pull back head, pull back right shoulder. So there is an inverted head and shoulders in this structure. Let me grab the inverted head and shoulder tool. You have a left head, right, right shoulder. It's very small, but it's in there. But that is also creating the left head, right shoulder on the 4 hour. So this trade could equally go both ways. And for me, not interested. Next one is Euro USD. All right, what are we seeing here? We got a very strong weekly area of interest. Our weekly, okay, so how would you count this? Would you count this as an elbow or not? And for me, I'm not gonna. But let's get rid of some of these boxes that we got going on here. All right, so we got lower high, lower low. Is there a round psych in here? There's got to be. Oops, what did I do there? All right, so it's just outside of it. But how many pips is this here? 40. You get pincher in there. Daily's bearish, or weekly's bearish. Daily is, well, as of now, it is bullish. Lower high, higher low, shift to structure. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, shift to structure. And you can see this beautiful sell we took for the right shoulder retest sell. Now we have broke structure. Now what can we expect? So now this is a left head, right shoulder. Now this is a left head. Where's the right shoulder to then buy? So what do we see here? Let's look at that gorgeous, beautiful zone right there. Let's turn that purple. We will set an alarm. But here, just looking at the daily, waiting for the retest into that zone. Look into something like whatever. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame to see where our stop loss would be, and our stop loss would be right about there. But as of now, this trade is not very important to us because it is ugly on the lower time frames. So for now, Euro USD, sorry, you're getting demoted. Next one is Euro AUD. So weekly. All right. Weekly is higher high, higher low, shift to structure, bearish engulfing, bearish. Daily is bearish as well. We have a left head, right shoulder. Okay, this is getting beautiful. Let's slap this here so we can kind of judge where price action is at. And what would we be chasing off the daily? We could probably chase something about there. Okay, let's go to our 4-hour. Oh, 4-hour looks beautiful as well. We got a left head, right baby shoulder, baby shoulder. I like this trade, guys. I like this trade already. So let's go to our 1-hour. Once again, left head, right shoulder. Beautiful 1-hour. And the 4-hour EMAs are together. You know how much that means to me. That's money. And now we could even tighten this up just a hair bit more, which means we don't need to dip it so low. We can go for just a 1 to 3, 4-hour. Very strong zone right here. So we can sit. We should probably reel it back in to about there. Yeah. Okay. Now, just set an alarm. Let me look at this. 30 minutes. 30 minute. We already have a left head, right shoulder neckline retest. We could even tuck in this in even tighter. I think this is gold. But look at the time down here. It is still way too early. Way too early to be entering trades. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful setup. I'm going to add that to the top of my wait list. I like this one a lot, and I'm very, very interested in this trade. NZD CAD. I am not interested in this just by looking at the candlestick on the daily. Huge daily candle. And oh well, let's get rid of some of all this extra stuff that we don't need. Okay, so we could be seeing a double top retest here. Daily is still bearish. As of now, it's still bearish. 4-hour is bullish. Yeah, I'm not really interested in this. Not very interested in that. AUD JPY. Left head, right shoulder. You can pull back. Nice strong rejection. Now we are above this area of interest. Daily is bullish. We have an inverted head and shoulder. 4-hour is bullish as well. That is a lie. 4-hour is bearish. I apologize. 4-hour is bearish. How is it bearish? Higher high, higher low. Shift to structure, lower high, lower low. Or is it 1 hour? 1 hour is also having a shift. I don't want to sell into this. I don't want to sell this unless we have the break, right? There's no reason why I would want to sell from here just because of the 4 hour or the 4 hour is in the area of interest. But I'm genuinely curious on what this will do. So I am actually just, I'm going to put it in my watching tab so I can pay attention to it for what happens this week. Next one is USD JPY. Left head, right shoulder, huge sell off. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish. And 4 hour is going to be bearish as well. I'm not really fond of this one just because there's no structure, nothing to really base this off of other than nothingness and big candlesticks. I'm okay. GBP AUD. Right, weekly left head, right shoulder. Weekly is bearish. Daily is bearish, actually. Weekly is bullish. 4 hour is bearish. I don't like this one either. Just sloppy. All right, next one. Clean this up. Higher high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low. Weekly is bearish. Daily should be bullish. Daily is bullish. Yep, beautiful. And we have the push. Okay, I like this. Not very much structure on the daily. We do have a double bottom here. I can see that we played this. Boom, 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 as many times as we could here. We do have a double bottom. I do like that we're having the push. We had the retest of the neckline here on the double bottom. And then we had to buy. Now we're coming back up. I apologize for the yawn. I haven't been sleeping a whole lot. On 4 hour, what do we see? We do have a double top, left head, right shoulder. So we have mixed signals here. So we have potential. We can come in here, retest it, and buy. But on the 4 hour, what do we see here? We have the left head, right shoulder, or the double top where we can come in, take the sells, and then see it dump off. We have the break of the 4 hour EMA, 1 hour. So the lower time frames are telling us sell, 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 sell. What is the 4 hours telling us to sell? Daily is telling us to buy, and weekly is telling us to sell. So the only thing that says buy is the daily. 4 hour is telling us to sell. So how would that look? Well, you can either go to the candlestick or go above the wick. And where would your take profit be? Well, I would personally just chase these lows. Um, yeah, I would really only want to do like a 1 to 2 on this one. I would do a 1 to 2, and then I would close it at a 1 to 2, and then I would hope for the retest, and then I would take it again at a lower entry and then chase like this right here for something for a potential something like the A here. You know what I mean? Let's put this up here. I like that one. Let's put it right here. Next one is Euro CHF. What do we got here? Weekly is bullish, left head, right shoulder, neckline retest. Daily is bullish with a neckline retest, not a neckline retest, but an area of interest. An area of interest retest. 4 hour is bearish with a head and shoulders. What sucks is that we would like to see this actually, since it's so bearish, we'd actually like to see this produce another lower low. This would have been ideal if this gave us another lower low and then the lower high was right here. So then all we would have to do is wait for this. You know what I mean? But since this is your lower high and this is your lower low, you have to wait for it all the way up here, or you have to wait for it all the way down here to give us a proper entry. Let's go to our 1 hour. Our 1 hour has shifted. Bullish, has it? Lower high, low, shifted structure, lower high, lower low. Would you count this elbow? I'm not going to count that elbow. As much as I would want to, I can't count it on the 1 hour. And I can't market open, market close. Yeah. I don't know. This is one of those trades that you just kind of want to watch a little bit out of curiosity so you can learn from this setup. So I'm gonna put it on the way. Next one is AUD CAD. We have a left head, right shoulder, break, retest. Okay, weekly is bullish. Let's get rid of this right here. Weekly is bullish, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, shift to structure, higher high, higher low. So weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. 4 hour is also bullish. Let's go to the weekly, see how accurate this weekly area of interest is. It's very accurate. So for me, I am not interested in this trade unless it breaks above our area of interest and then gives us a proper entry to then buy. And it would look something like this. To be realistic, you know what I mean? But as of now, I'm not super interested. I will put this in my watching list or my on the way list. Next one is GJ weekly. Weekly's bearish head. Ooh, okay. Double top at the neckline. Weekly, okay. Weekly bearish. Daily's bearish with a retest at a daily area of interest. This is exciting. Like that. 4 hour. Where's our 4 hour? Okay, that's beautiful. Higher high, higher low. Okay. If we can get a 4 hour closure. There's our 1 hour. Okay, we are in money. Left head, right shoulder. You see this? You see this right here? Left head, right shoulder, or left head, right shoulder. Here's the break. What do we need? We need a retest. Right there. Kenny says I jumped into this trade last week at 191,933. So Kenny, you're actually in 911,933. You're actually in right on this right shoulder then, aren't you? That's a beautiful, beautiful entry. I'm looking for an entry about something like this. And where will my take profit be? I'm gonna run it to about here. Well, here, ideally, I would like to see this, but we don't want to be too greedy. So we'll run it to there. I do like this trade setup. It does look very good. Next one is GBPCHF. Sweet. Good job, Kenny. That's a good trade. So on this one, we obviously have seen just massive consolidation like that. Just boom, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down. Right? So weekly is currently still bearish. Daily is having a daily push, bullish. Not interested. Not even worth going over because it's at a high. Needs to break this. It literally needs to do one of these and then do one of those. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even gonna be interested in this. No thanks. Euro JPY, left head, right shoulder. Beautiful, beautiful. Weekly. Okay. Weekly is bearish. Daily is. See, this one's just not as clean as GJ. GJ was clean. This one's not very clean. Like it's there. There is a nice little daily zone right here that we can gamble with. We can get rid of this. But I'm not this weekly zone, I'm not gonna play with that. There's no reason for me to mess around at all with that. So no thank you. Euro JPY. AUD NZD. Whoa, right? No thank you. No thank you. I don't even know what this one's even thinking. Left hand, yeah. No thanks. AUD CHF. Left head, right shoulder. Okay, that's nice. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. Let's get rid of some of these lines here. Is that daily still valid? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Well, so let's break it down a little bit better. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. 4 hour is bearish. Higher high, higher low. Shift to structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high, even lower low. Now we're coming back to retest to have a shift to structure. 1 hour. Bullish. I just don't. I don't. Yeah, I'm getting ugly feelings about it. I like it, but I don't like it that much. I like where it's at, right? It lines up perfectly with my strategy, the way I trade, but it's off-putting. It's one of those like I don't really feel good about it. So for me, no, I don't even want to look at it or watch it for the rest of the week. I'm gonna throw that one away. Next one is CAD JPY. And this one is looking like the rest, head and shoulders. Wanted to see the break and sell. Weekly daily. Daily's bullish. Once again, I'm not interested in this pair. Yeah, I'm not interested in CAD. Right down there. NZDJPY, same thing. Oh, this one's completely different. This one's got a whole bunch of boxes on there. NCDJPY, we did take a nice sell off that. Was it not last week, but 2 weeks ago? That was a beautiful sell. And we're back into our area of interest again. And ultimately, if you can see how my beautiful drawing here, I want to see it chase this wick. And because of this huge consolidation, I don't think it's completely ready to sell off yet because we did have a shift of structure. Daily is now bullish. And 4 hour is also bullish. But when this is ready, I think we'll have a nice, beautiful sell off. But for now, sit back and watch. I will put this in my on the way pairs. All right, now let's look at gold really quick. Let's take a second to break down the good old gold. Uh, I know we all love trading gold. It's an addiction, and it's awful. But gold is an addiction, and there's nothing you can do about it other than not trade it. But gold has me by the heart. I love trading gold. So what do we see here? We got a left head, right shoulder, nice retest. Okay. Okay. 4 hour. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful sell off. Beautiful buy from last week. Oh, that was gorgeous. And this was a beautiful sell off too. We did catch some of the sells here, but it was very small and there's a lot of back testing that went into that. Um, I think we're gonna see. I think we are going to see. Obviously, we already are having a pullback. I think we'll see buys again, potentially into about this zone here. And then we'll be looking for something, yeah, probably like a potential sell-off once more. I think ultimately we are so high up in the market. I think we want to see like some EMAs catch up. It's just when do I get in? When's the right time? Look at this, see what it's doing here on the old structure. Left head, sell off. Want to see a nice little pullback and then sell off again. So I'm interested, but I'm gonna wait. And quite frankly, I'll probably get in sells and I'll put my stops way up in no man's land up here in like 95 or whatever. And then I will just go to sleep. And hopefully I wake up to price dropping $300 when I have 100 lots on it. Just kidding. I would never do 100 lots on that. But I like the thought of this pulling back and having the sells off of the 1 hour EMA. No guarantees. You're gonna have to go down to a 1 hour, 1 minute time frame, and obviously do what I've taught you in the prior videos. I'm not gonna do a gold breakdown now. If you want that recording, it is in the Discord to get the recording on how I get my exact entry on the 1 minute time frame. But this is my rough idea on what I see with gold. I will be looking for potential sells in this. All right. So let's break down our trades for the rest of the week. Euro AUD sells, Euro CAD sells or buys. So you got to keep consideration if Euro is strong, Euro is going to go up and you'll see the buys on this one. If you see Euro weak, Euro is going to go down on both pairs because the Euro will be weak. So we do have the sells and the buys on this one. We want to see the buys originally right off the bat, but we could see the sells happen first. That's why we have the alarm set for a lower low. GJ, we're looking for the sells. GBP CAD, we're looking for the break and the retest to then sell. GBP USD, we're looking for the retest to then buy CAD CHF, or waiting for the retest to then sell, and then to then take a quick under 2, and then for the retest then take the main trade. We are watching USD CAD for potential pullback to then sell, and Euro and ZD for potential pullback to then sell. Now, if you have any questions, please ask for them now. Other than that, that is all I